Hello Libra, and welcome to your reading. Libra, we're going to see what messages are coming up in this reading for you. I always want to remind you that these readings are generalized, so take what resonates with you, leave what doesn't, because that will resonate with someone else who's watching this reading. If you could remember to have a look at your sun sign, your moon sign, and your ascendant sign. By doing that, you get a much fuller picture of the energies that you are working with. If you only look at one sign, it's like, reading only a chapter in a book, or just watching a part of a movie and not really seeing the whole story. Okay, so whatever is happening here, remember to have a look at your other signs. So these are the cards that we have. What I'm going to do is I'm also going to grab a tarot card for you and we can get started. All right. We have some interesting energies that are here. Thank you. And you have a major arcana card of the Lovers card that has come up for you. So what we're going to do is we are going to speak about this card in a moment, okay? Because the Lovers card is an interesting card. It talks about cooperation. It talks about a lot, okay? And I can see that I want to speak about this card in a moment for a reason. Because some of you have been going through some challenges. Some of you have been going through a rough patch, okay? This could be to do in your love life, maybe. This could be at work. This could just be life, I know lots of us have been going through many different challenges. And the divine is coming in and saying, listen, the end is almost here. There's almost light at the end of the tunnel, right? So whatever is going on, the divine is saying, just keep going. The end of a rough cycle is approaching. And there's going to be celebration. There's just going to be that feel-good factor that is here. And some of you, this rough patch, like I said, could have been to do with your relationships, maybe. This could be your marriage, your relationship. But a relationship is more than just a romantic type of relationship. This could be a relationship with your parents, and you could just be finding that, you've gone through a rough cycle, your siblings, people at work. These are all people we're in relationships with, right? You have just been going through a rough patch, and now you're just going to be on a new path. You might just say, hey, we need to just agree to disagree. And by doing that, you just respect each other's opinions, respect each other's viewpoints. And then this just brings an end of a difficult cycle that you're going through. But for some of you, I feel that if this was a love situation, you could be agreeing to going and seeking some counseling, therapy. You could just be agreeing to going and finding some help. Even if this is finding help from friends, just getting an outside opinion from someone who is not invested in this situation, is like emotionally invested. That's it, emotionally invested in this situation as the two of you are. So like I said, when you're speaking about the Lovers card, it just doesn't have to do with relationships, romantic relationships. This could be maybe this is a relationship with someone you have at work, your boss maybe, your manager maybe, a co-worker, for instance, someone in school that you were just not getting along with. And then you're finding a counselor, you're finding someone else, a referee, someone who can, help you guys speak in a way that is not volatile, in a way that both of you can just have, okay, it's my turn to talk now. And you say whatever is on your mind, whatever you're feeling, and then the other person has a chance to talk. And if things get heated, there is someone who can cool things down. So for some of you, I see that you are just going and saying, to your manager, me and so have just not been getting on. And it's just driving me crazy. I want to come together so we can just speak and we can just put our differences aside, and you could just be, arranging a meeting and both of you come together and you talk, and then you could see, oh, okay, You know, now that we've had a chance to speak calmly, now I can see things from your point of view, and the other person can see things from, you know, it's just a flow of energy. Because otherwise, if you don't allow yourselves to talk, this end of a rough cycle is just going to continue for a longer than it needs to. Because even when you look at our Lovers card, right, when we're looking at the Lovers card, you can see that there's a path, this dark path that you've been on. And then when you come together to talk, when you come together to put everything on the table, your cards on the table, you see that the darkness ends. It doesn't carry on, it finishes. And then you can start going towards a brighter new beginning. Even if you're not agreeing in a way that, okay, you were right, I was wrong, or you were wrong, I was right. The situation becomes amicable. The situation just becomes easier to bear. So whatever situation's here, the divine is like, this is going to come to an end soon, because you're going to realize that you are powerful, okay? And this situation has just been stealing and taking your power away because you have been focusing on the darkness for too long. You have been just feeling defeated, angry, powerless, but now you're realizing just how powerful you are. Now you're realizing that by talking, by communicating, you are taking your power back instead of feeling powerless. You are here breaking a cycle that has been going on for far too long. And in breaking that cycle, you are realizing and you are taking your power back. You're realizing that this situation has gone on for far too long, longer than it needed to. So again, you can see that the divine is saying, listen, stand in your power. There's a feeling here where you are just feeling powerless. Communication is going to help you stand in your power. Talking is going to help you claim your power back. So we're seeing that you are here, standing in your power. Maybe you have, let's say, for instance, again at work, you have just seen that lots of people were backbiting. There were just a lot of snakes in the grass. You were feeling powerless because you thought everyone was talking about you. You thought everyone was against you. And when you decided, enough is enough, and you go and call a meeting with the higher ups and everyone sits down and talks, you see that you are now standing in your power and you are claiming your power back. Because now the snakes have to be quiet. Because your manager could be saying that, okay, if there's a bullying situation that is going on, if this carries on after this situation, then we are going to have to take drastic measures. And now the bullies, now those people in the background are silenced because now everything has been put on the table and you are not feeling like you are being bullied to be quiet. Okay? So the divine is saying that whatever is happening right now, you need to find ways of channeling your energy. Release that anger. Release this tension. The end of a rough cycle is here. But at the end of the day, you are still having to walk towards that end. Okay? And so when you're channeling the energy, when you're finding ways of releasing that anger that is within you, you are just going to feel a lot better. Okay? You are just going to break that circuit, that cycle that is here of being in your head, of feeling angry. So release that anger, release that pent-up emotion through maybe doing some exercises, punching a couple of things, punching a punching bag, going for a run, whatever it is that you do, going for a dance, whatever it is that you can do to channel the energy in a different way, dancing, listening to music, listening to motivational things here on YouTube, making you realize just how powerful you are, reminding you of how powerful you are. You are now channeling this energy in a different way because this situation is stealing your power. Now you're realizing that you are powerful by listening to motivational things here on YouTube. It's free. Use it. the divine is saying that trust the process, okay? So even though it might feel that you have been going through this challenge for a long time, the end of a cycle is here. So you just have to trust the process. You just have to see and believe that the end is almost here. You just have to keep going, okay? So it is difficult sometimes when you're stuck in crappy situations to trust that things are going to go your way. But the divine is saying that things are going to go your way. So don't start giving up. Don't start thinking that there's no way out of this situation. Trust the process. If management is saying that we're going to deal with this situation, trust it, they will. If this is you and your partner who are going through difficulties, just trust the process. When you start communicating, things will start shifting, things will start moving towards something better, towards the end of that rough cycle. All right, so the divine is saying what is really important right now is to stay away from this feeling of wanting revenge, okay? So for some of you are getting triggered to wanting revenge. Some of you are getting triggered because you are just frustrated and angry, okay? And this is why the divine is saying don't get triggered. Channel your energies in another way. Because when you're wanting an eye for an eye, guess what happens? Your management are not going to be able to help you if you go and punch someone in the face. The authorities are not going to help you if you go and take things into your own hands. So the divine is saying, trust the process, be disciplined. Okay, it's going to take some time for this situation to resolve itself. But don't do no tit for tat. Don't do no whatever it is that you just get triggered to do in the moment. You're going and channeling the energy. You're going and doing things that releases that pressure that is within you. Release the pressure and stay away from the energy of wanting revenge. An eye for an eye, in this case, is going to backfire. And this is why the divine is really wanting to emphasize that going and getting counseling, therapy, going and getting a referee to referee this situation is going to be important. Because at some point, you could just be getting you could just get in that red mist, that's it. And then you could just do something stupid in the moment. But if you're releasing that anger, that pressure that is within you, and you're staying away from wanting an eye for an eye, wanting revenge, then you could see that this situation resolves in a way that is good for everyone that is involved. And this is why, remember, you had the Lover's card. And the Lover's card, I told you, is about cooperation. The Lover's card, I told you, is about working together. End of a rough cycle is here. So if you perpetuate this situation by wanting an eye for an eye, by wanting violence, by wanting revenge, by wanting whatever it is that you're getting triggered into wanting, then this situation is going to backfire. Backfiring is something that I keep hearing over and over and over again. So I've told you, and then it's up to you to do whatever it is that you need to do, right? It's your life and your situation to decide what is best for you. So the closing card, I'd gone blank there for a minute. The fire and the rage in this reading is very strong, right? So sometimes I'm like, oh my God, I can't even think anymore. When you're really picking up the energies and channeling the energies, sometimes it's yeah. So the divine is saying, this reading, seeing this reading is an auspicious sign, because it's helped you understand and to see that you are going through a process, and this process that you're going through right now is going to come to an end very soon, okay? It's going to come to an end very, very soon. And this is an auspicious sign. This is a good omen that you saw this reading. It's a good omen that you saw this card, okay? So if you see 1111, just say your wishes, how you are seeing this situation getting resolved in your favor, but for the good for everyone involved. Okay, we have the Lover's card. We have to learn to cooperate with other people sometimes. And so the divine is saying, this is an auspicious sign. And when you see 1111, when you see repeating numbers, just be in that energy of making a wish that everything turns out really good. Okay, so this is the reading that I have for you, and I wish you all the best for whatever it is that you're currently experiencing, whatever it is that you're currently going through right now. I wish you all the best, because when you're stuck in that situation, in that moment, it is really difficult to just stay cool, calm, and collected. It is really difficult not to want to go and take things into your own hands. But again, the divine is saying that if you take things into your own hands, in this occasion, it's going to backfire. And so don't take any drastic actions. Don't get triggered into doing something stupid, because someone could be triggering you on purpose. Okay? So this is the reading that I have for you. And don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell. I'll see you soon. It's a goodbye.